So let me get you caught up. Let me tell you what's going on. Earlier this week, I walked out of a food bank. I had to go to a food bank in order to feed my family, in order to feed my son. And after walking out of that food bank, I realized that I was still $280 in the hole. My bank account was $280 in the negative. And I realized that one of the things that I tend to do is I tend to equate my sense of self-worth with my bank account, with my bank balance. And I do this over and over and over again. And today my my sense of self-worth feels less than zero because it's negative. And here's what I'm feeling about that. Here's what I'm going through. And I don't know if this message is going to help somebody else. I don't know if anybody else is going through the same thing that I'm going through, but I'm here to just share my experience. And like I said, I hope it helps someone else. My name's Gerald, and I am a money drunk. So I know a lot of smart people out there, they tend to think that their self-worth is attached to their bank account. And I know that you work hard, and in order to be rewarded for that work, your bank account tends to grow. And a lot of us see the world that way. And it's really easy to see it that way too. I mean, I know for me, growing up in Fairfield County, I watched, all of the fathers, they worked hard, they worked long hours, let's put it that way. But no, they weren't working in the coal mines, they weren't working construction. No, they had corporate executive jobs, or they were lawyers, or they were doctors. But nonetheless, they worked hard and they were rewarded for that work. And when that doesn't seem to go that way, for whatever reason, that your bank account is not going up and up and up, and you're not accumulating those things that you should be accumulating, the house, the relationships, whatever the case, whatever you deem as success, when that tends to have a negative trend, you attach your sense of self-worth to that bank account that keeps going down and down and down. And you know better than that. You're a smart person. I'm a smart person, and I know that that's not true. But the fact is that it feels true. No matter how much I try and think my way out of this negative belief, this self-limiting belief, no amount of intelligence, no amount of self-knowledge is going to help me feel that I am worthy when my bank account shows that it's going down, or it's negative, or I'm not meeting my basic needs. I'm not taking care of myself. So then I begin to realize that, and I know that my bank account balance is not an accurate measurement of my self-worth. It's just not. My bank account balance measures my bank balance. That's it. It is not some sort of sense of self-worth. It does not equate to some sort of moral superiority, that the more money that I earn, the better person that I am, or conversely, the less money that I earn, the less of a person that I am. That is simply not the case. This is not a moral issue that we're talking about here. And I like to equate it that if I'm not making X amount of money, if I'm not making $5,000 a month or $10,000 a month, or if I don't have that six-figure job, or if I don't have that house with the white picket fence, then I am not good enough. And that is simply not true. That number in my bank account is not a reflection of my sense of self-worth. It's simply not the case. It's simply not true. And I don't know if this is going to help anybody else out there. I don't know if this is going to make a difference to someone else out there, but just hear what I'm saying, in that my sense of self-worth does not have to be a direct reflection of my bank account. How hard I work, how hard I overwork, how much I overthink, how much I think about and worry about my income on a day-to-day basis or a minute-to-minute basis is not a reflection of my self-worth. But somehow it does seem to reflect my sense of well-being. So here's the practice. This is what I do on a daily basis. Once I was able to see that this fear that I'm having, this fear of not earning enough, this fear of not being enough. Here's the thing. Here's the thing I don't want you to know. I don't want to ask you for money, okay? I don't want to ask anyone for money, because if I ask somebody for money, then whether that be a raise or whether that be an increase in my rates or whether that simply be a job, then somehow by just verbalizing that, you're going to know that I am broke, that I have no money. In admitting that I'm broke, that is possibly the most humiliating thing that I could admit to another human being. And I don't want to feel that way, and I'll do anything in order to get away from that feeling. So here's the practice today. This is what I'm walking through today. I just simply stop. I've recognized that I'm feeling this feeling that I don't want to feel, this sense of shame, this sense of pain. And I locate it in my body. For me, I feel it in my throat. I feel this pain in my stomach. And I don't want to feel this way. So what do? I just simply sit with that feeling. I just breathe into it, acknowledge that feeling. What is this feeling trying to tell me? Because it is trying to tell me something. Take a deep breath. I like doing 4 beats in, holding it for 7 beats, and then breathe out 8 beats. Real simple breathing like that. And then I can begin to dismantle this lie that whatever my bank account balance is, whether it's positive or negative, whether it's $1 million, whether it's negative $289, whatever the case may be, that is not who I am. That is not who I am. I am enough. I'm worthy of wealth, and I'm deserving of love. And I can look around and I can see I'm living in this beautiful home right now today. And I can look around and I can feel the love, the relationships that I have, the love of my son, the love of my family. I can feel that right here, right now. And the one new thing I've been able to do is to stop trying to fix myself. Stop trying to fix yourself. It's really that simple. There's stop the war. Stop fighting yourself. Stop beating myself up, because I don't deserve to be beat up for the things I didn't do or the things I did do or whatever I want to blame myself for. Blaming myself is not taking responsibility. But what is taking responsibility is having gratitude for what I have done. Gratitude for who I am being right now. Gratitude for the beautiful relationships that are in my life right here, right now. And knowing that I can take that next step, no matter what it may be. It may be right or it may be wrong. Being in action, taking that next step is going to eventually change my thinking and change the way that I feel. And that is a true miracle. So if this video meant anything to you, if you got something from this video, go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. I create videos like this where we talk about financial insecurity, where we talk about financial shame, talk about this sort of economic insecurity, this money psychology that affects the decisions that we make on a day-to-day basis. Talk about these ideas so that we can change our way of thinking, so we can make different decisions in the future. Join me on this journey as I continue to get money sober. Just let go.